Hi, everybody. Welcome back to the Long Distance Book Club. I'm one of your hosts, Logan,
And I am your other host, Hannah.
and we are finally ready to sit down and talk about our next book, which is none other than Riley Sager's With a Vengeance.
Sorry.
Did you
Did
hear
I come
that?
in hot? Anywho,
Oh.
sorry about that. Sorry about
Hannah,
that one.
do you wanna tell everybody what Riley Sager's With a Vengeance is about?
Yes, I would love to, but I'm gonna try to do this unbiased. Okay, like
Okay,
I'm gonna try
okay,
to not reveal my opinion on it while I go through this. Okay,
okay.
so Riley Sager's With a Vengeance is kind of like a murder mystery thriller that takes place on a train from Pennsylvania to Chicago. And our main character, our protagonist, her name is Anna. And basically, she has invited all of these people here. Um, Six of them, I believe, right? Six, I think. Well, let's say it's six. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah, yeah, it's six.
Six, okay, six people that in some way or another, um, what's that called? Indirectly, that's the word I was looking for. Indirectly had a hand in her family's death and the death of a bunch of soldiers on a plane. Not a plane, a train. So yeah,
Travel.
she's yeah, she's brought all these people here in order to seek vengeance, but not by murdering them, but by taking them to Chicago where the FBI is waiting for them. And basically she enacted this form of justice because she wanted to watch them squirm and wanted to watch their lives crumble just like hers did whenever she lost her family. So basically chaos ensues on the train with one death after another, after another, after another, after another. And basically it's a big who done it and why done it kind of thing.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty good synopsis.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Do you want to start by telling me your opinion? How many stars you gave it, etc.?
So, um, how long has it been since we finished it? Like a week or two?
I think it's been about a week and a half. You finished it before I did. So I think for you, it's probably been about 2 weeks.
Okay, so I've had a lot of time to sit and think and dwell. Um, and I really feel confident in my decision to rate this book 3 stars.
How many? How many? Sorry.
Three.
Three. Okay. Okay. Did you have a toss up between like, were you leaning higher or leaning lower? Or were you
I don't
pretty
know, like I
solid on the three?
I'm maybe like a three, three and a half.
Okay.
Um, I did fly, like genuinely fly through this book, um, because it was something that definitely captivated me. Like I absolutely had to know what was coming next.
Mm-hmm.
And any author that can do that for me, I think is a good book for sure. Um,
Yes. And
I
that's,
will
oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
no, go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna jump in and say that's exactly why I also gave it 3 stars. Um, but I couldn't decide between 2 or 3 stars.
Oh,
And and I ended up going with three because I was intrigued and it did keep me interested the whole time. So I was like,
uh-huh.
and it wasn't like awful. So, and I feel like I reserved my 2 stars for like pretty awful books. So that's why I gave that's why I gave it 3 stars. But what were you gonna say? And then I'll talk about my opinion a little more too.
So, um, of course, if you're listening, we are going to talk about spoilers, and this is a mystery, a whodunit, I feel like. So, if you are not prepared to know what happens in this book, then please click off of it. Don't listen to the rest of it. Go read it first and then come back. But I, so we're going through the story of everyone's assistance in the betrayal of her father.
Yeah.
And, we get to the very first quote unquote murder. And then we get to the second one and the third one and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And at the end of every chapter, she's like, um, it turns out there's two murderers. Oh, it turns out there's three murderers. Like, I was like, I've had enough, you know? Like I was just every single time that once we got started, like it just felt like and there's another one, and there's another murderer, there's another murder weapon on the
There's
train. I was like,
another dead body.
yeah, I was like, I don't care anymore. And I mean, like, I wanted to know who was doing it because I definitely had my own opinions and suspect list going on here. Um, but yeah, I don't know. It just felt very, very repetitive.
That's
And
exactly what I put. That's exactly what I
yeah,
wrote down. Like, so I
yeah.
wrote, so on my little piece of paper, I had some stuff I want to talk about, And so I put
Mhm.
3 stars and then I drew an arrow and I wrote, felt dramatic and kept describing the same things.
Yes, the same thing in like different fonts. And I do think that it was beneficial, at least in the two ways where, okay, we're seeing Anna's perspective of this and how this person betrayed her father, and then the alternative perspective of the person who did portray her father and why they did it. So that is the only reason why I'd be okay with it. But it's like it just
hmm
kept going and kept going. I was like, this is like I feel like I read the same book. Every chapter was the exact same.
Yeah, and like I actually dog-eared a page, like a passage that I wanted to touch on real quick because I feel like it really like it just made me roll my eyes. It's towards the end of the book. Hold on. Let me use 2 hands real quick. Um, okay, so it's towards the end of the book, and I don't think this has any spoilers in it, but I guess it doesn't matter. Okay, so basically, it's whenever she's climbing to the roof, and it's like really snowing, and she's
Hmm.
following the FBI agent up there. And so like
The
there's this
FBI agent.
yeah. And so there's this paragraph that talks about like how cold it is and the ice and the snow. And then she's like, if she even reaches the roof. And then the next paragraph says, Anna has her doubts as she places her palms flat against it, finding it shockingly cold, like touching a sheet of ice. The pads of her fingers stick to the metal, requiring her to carefully pry each one off the frigid surface lest they freeze there. Definitely not the kind of grip she wants or needs. Not that she has a choice in the matter. And it just like that passage made me roll my eyes because I was like, I get it. It's really cold. And her hands are really cold. It was like that kind of stuff over and over again where I was like, oh, this feels
Yeah,
so dramatic.
yeah, it did. And I like it when movies are like, like Knives Out or Glass Onion. Those are movies like a who done it, or Murder on the Orient Express. This felt really similar to Murder on the Orient Express.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I highlighted one thing, and I never highlighted anything again because after I highlighted this, I was like, oh, it's the same thing over and over and over again. And the only thing I highlighted in this book was Judd himself, though, is gone.
Mm.
Which is when they realized that he wasn't actually dead.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Like his body wasn't there.
Right. So I never highlighted anything again, which is, yeah. I didn't dislike it, but I definitely feel like we off like
hmm
150 pages.
Yeah, I completely agree because this was a pretty long thriller. It was like up like 370 something pages, which I feel like most of the thrillers that I read are normally like, well, I guess it's not that different, but like 350, 330, Um, and I felt like this was pretty
Hmm.
long for like a murder mystery. This definitely felt more murder mystery than thrilling to me. Um, because I
Hmm.
read a lot of psychological thrillers, so going from those to this, I was like, this is like child's play. But I speaking of Murder on the Orient Express, I have also read well, I have not read Murder on the Orient by Agatha Christie, but I have read And Then There Were None by Agatha Christie, and it is
Hmm.
basically like the same thing, but not on a train. And it's basically like a bunch of people die, but like this person killed this person, and then that one killed them, and then they weren't really dead, and they killed this person whenever everyone thought they were dead, blah, 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 blah. And then I've I think that a lot of authors use that trope and they
Mhm.
take it and, like, write their own rendition of it. This is an example of it. You
Mhm.
Are Fatally Invited by Andy Pliego is, like, very similar to that as well, and I actually really like that one. I thought that one was a little bit better written. But
Mhm.
to me, after reading And Then There Were None, You Were Fatally Invited, and then this one, I was like, "Okay, I think I've had enough of the Murder on the Orient trope." You know what I mean? Like, I think I've had enough of this same thing.
Yeah, I agree. Um, and I don't know, there were just a couple things that I didn't like about it. Like I said, not that it was bad, but what did you think about Anna, the main female character?
I I wanted to ask you that same question, actually. I didn't really like her. I didn't hate her, but I don't know, her just, like, her form of justice, like, the fact that okay, I'm not in her position, so I can't say, like, she was so dramatic in her position, but, like, I don't know,
Mhm.
just, like, how fiercely she held on to, like, revenge and grief and anger, all of that jazz. I was just like, "Oh my gosh, like, lady, you coulda just turned them into the FBI, you know, like, why go through all this?"
Yeah.
So, I don't know, I
And
didn't love her, I didn't love her. I didn't hate her, but I didn't love her.
to be fair, she did just literally want to roll these people out on a red carpet to their jail cell, and
That's hilarious and very
Seamus
true.
Seamus is where things got really finicky.
Is it
Um,
pronounced I thought it was okay, I could be wrong. I pronounced it Seamus. Is that
oh God, which
Se
one is it?
oh,
Seamus sounds wrong, so
Seamus sounds a little a little, icky.
pronounce. Okay, Seamus. Okay. So
Oh,
I
man.
look uneducated. All right. So
Well,
Seamus.
I was pronouncing it wrong for, like, half the book, and then I was like, "Wait a second, he's Irish, I bet it's Seamus, or is he Scot" oh gosh, I don't know what he is, but I don't something, okay.
Oh well,
He's something.
Seamus. Um, I will say I actually liked him a lot better than Anna. Um, because even though he lied and whatnot, he knew exactly what he wanted from the get-go. Like he knew exactly what he was going to do. He had his plan set out and he did not let anything stop him. And I don't think that Anna's revenge felt like her own story. It felt like she was living out her anger, especially from her aunt.
Yeah.
Because her aunt, she went goes to live with her aunt once her parents pass, and
Her aunt
she's
slaps her a million times until she doesn't cry.
right until she doesn't react at all, not just cry, but she doesn't
Yeah,
want her to flinch or anything.
you're right.
And then on her aunt's deathbed, her aunt is like, "Hey, I need you to get revenge. There's proof here. It'll find its way to you." And so I don't know. I just feel like Anna's heart wasn't in it for the right reasons.
Mhm.
And you could just tell. I don't know. That I just those are the vibes that I got from Anna.
No, I agree. I was not a huge fan. So we talked about Seamus or Seamus. Um, what did you think about Dante?
Oh, I was low key, the hopeless romantic in me. I was like, Anna, Dante forever.
I was too, which okay, in the end when we find out that her brother is actually also Dante's brother, but there's no relation between her and Dante, okay? It's
Right.
the dad Dante's dad was actually Tommy and Dante's dad, but not Anna's dad, so no relation. I
Hmm.
don't and okay, in the end when they were like, "Now we know why your dad didn't want us to be together, blah, 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 blah." Were they alluding to the fact that it was because they shared a brother? Or was it because of the long lost love of the mom?
Yeah, I don't think it had anything to do with Tommy. I think it was like Oh, he didn't actually, is it Kenneth?
I think so.
Or
Kenneth,
he,
yeah.
yeah, he didn't actually want Dante to be with Anna because Anna's mother was his ex-lover.
Ah, yes, 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 yes. Okay, that makes
Yeah, I
sense.
don't,
Because, well, because I was thinking, I was like, just because this might be icky of me, but I was like, just because they share a brother, I feel like they can still be together. They're not related.
did he even know that Tommy was his?
I think. Oh, when did he
Is
find
that
out?
confirmed?
Well, he did know in the end because when he was talking to Anna, he was like, that Christmas party was the one time I ever got to meet my son and talk to my son. So he knew
Right.
So he knew that Tommy was his son, but I don't know at what point he found out. I can't remember if it was like in the beginning or what. I don't. Maybe I think he did immediately find out because Anna's parents got together so quickly and she immediately was pregnant, but she was actually already pregnant. And then he said that
Right.
Tommy looked just like the real dad. So I think he knew pretty immediately.
And you know what sits so weird, which I know they're not the main part of the story at all, but I could not fathom being in a relationship, obviously a intimate relationship at that, and then getting married to another man 2 weeks later and you're pregnant. Like, that's just such a quick turnaround. And the book talks about how, like, in love they are, and everyone that even looked at them could tell they were in love. I'm like, what? That just is crazy to me.
Well, that's really offensive because that's what happened to me. So
Oh, is it?
no, just joking. Just joking, everybody. That does not happen to me at all. I was definitely not with child when I got married.
Oh, mm, her dress was white.
That's so funny. No, I had JP. When did we have JP? Like a year after we got married, I think. Give or take. We'll go with that. A year and 3 months, if you want to count.
I was gonna say, because you got married in January
And then I had
and
JP in
JP
March
was right.
of the next
The
year, not that year.
right. Yeah. Hannah. Yeah.
I had him 3 months later. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah. Yeah,
uh,
so it would have
did
been a year
Go
and
ahead. Sorry.
some odd months.
Yeah. Um. Anywho, what did you see the thing with the FBI agent? I don't remember his name. I can't remember it, and I can't find it in the book. I just wrote FBI guy. But ouch. But my question was
It starts with
if
a
you
J,
saw it
doesn't it?
coming. I'm gonna look for it. I remembered Aunt Retta's name. Where? Sal, Judd,
Is it Reggie?
Seamus. It is Reggie Davis. Agent
Uh,
Reggie Davis. I just saw it. Um, did you believe that he was an insurance salesman? Okay, no, 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 because he told us about his boss hiring. Wait. Oh yeah, because he said about his boss bringing a gun, but it was because he was an FBI agent, not because his boss was wanting him to be a hitman. What did you think was going on with him? Did you have any guesses?
I immediately knew he wasn't what he originally said he was, but I was going in a completely different direction, and I thought that it was going to end up being that Kenneth
Mm-hmm.
hired him and was going to make it to where all of the proof got like murdered, because in one of the first scenes, like, he's crossing off a post-it note
Oh
with
yeah.
all of their names on it, and he's like crossing off the first name, Judd's name, in
Judd.
red. I'm like, man, he is totally on Kenneth's side. Like, I didn't think he would be working for the feds by any means,
Me
but I
neither.
really did think that he was there to sabotage the whole thing.
Well, at first, I really did believe him. I think I'm just too gullible, and I really did think he was just a poor civilian that got caught in the crossfires. And then he was like, "That makes," and then we got to the point to where he was like, "And that makes two guns on the plane. Let me mark off Judd's name in blood red ink." And I was like, "Okay, Riley Sager, something's going on here." It was just another one of those
Yeah,
dramatic moments where I was like, "Oh my gosh."
yeah, that was sus. Um, and then, well, the whole time I really did think it was Seamus.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the whole time, which I know some of it was, but the whole time I thought Seamus was murdering everyone because right after Judd had fell ill, he was like, I started this train ride with 6 pills and now I only have 5. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
what?
Oh, yeah, that was a total red herring because it was actually for his medical condition.
Yeah, I was like, what are we talking about? Because then when it all came out, I was like, Judd isn't even dead.
Oh my gosh. I know. I kinda didn't so I kinda knew where this was going, like I said, because I have read books very similar to this with the same outline.
Right,
So
right.
I knew that it was gonna be, like, confusing about who murdered who, so I honestly did not even try to figure it out because I was like, "I know I'm not gonna get it, and it's gonna be so confusing, and I'm not gonna know what hit me at the end of the book." And I honestly couldn't tell you who murdered who because, like, I finished the book, and I couldn't tell you because it was so, like, confusing to me.
Yeah, I don't think I could tell you any more, like after it's been 2 some odd weeks since I read
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Um, I don't think I could tell you who did it. But I really did think that it was Seamus killing everybody. I felt like Dante was innocent. Um, I mean, I feel like we knew it wasn't Anna because we were getting her perspective the whole time.
That's true, yeah.
Um,
That would have been a
but
total crazy thing. That would be cool. That would have been good, actually. Oh, wait, no, because but we heard her say she didn't wanna kill anybody. Never mind. Never mind.
yeah, what I did think it was weird though is you have to admit Seamus was murdering these people and then making it look like it was Anna. And then
Ye
later goes to say, Anna, I love you, and like kisses her. And
wait,
I'm like,
wait, I think that it was Reggie Davis who made them look like it was Anna, right?
was
I
it?
could be wrong. I could be wrong. I could be wrong, but I thought that it was Reggie because in the big spiel where it all came out, I thought so, but I could be wrong. But I
See,
can't remember the
that's another issue. Like there were too many people
yeah, yeah.
involved in this. Like it should not have been this confusing at all.
No, I completely agree. Yeah,
Riley
I
needs to post like a clip and have lines pointing to every
oh
picture
my
like this
gosh.
person killed this person and then this person was murdered by this person but actually wasn't dead and then this person and that way we can
Yeah.
just clearly see who did what.
It'd be like one of those crazy conspiracy theory boards that are in movies where it's like the spider web red
Right.
yarn that's going to like a million things. That would be this book, actually. Um,
Exactly, exactly.
and jumping on like a slightly different ship here for a second, Riley Sager, I just think I'm not a fan of his writing. No offense to him, but
Yeah.
I'm just not a fan because we've both read a couple other of his books. I think we've talked about it before on the podcast, but
Mhm.
the other one I gave 3 stars, another one I gave 2 stars. Like, I just don't think Riley Sager's writing is for me.
Yeah, I have not read Middle of the Night by him, but I have it and I did read The Only One Left and I thought that like 80% of the book was the most boring thing I had ever read in my life.
Was
Um,
that was that one the one about, like, the abandoned house and it was the old lady? Do you remember?
yeah,
Not
Lenora Hope.
abandoned. Yes, I actually thought that one was that was my favorite one by him, but I didn't love it, so that's not saying much.
Yeah, Lenora Hope hung her family with the rope. Yeah. It just felt so boring until the very, very end. And then the end felt so rushed. And I don't know. I definitely don't think that's the similar vibes from this book, but I do feel like this was something that I've read before and it didn't necessarily bring me something new, if
Yeah,
that makes sense.
it does. Did you read The House Across the Lake by Riley Sager? I'm looking right now. Hold on, I'm gonna see
Yeah,
if you
yeah,
read it.
yeah.
I didn't like that one. I think we both might have rated it 2 stars.
Yeah, I didn't like that one either.
Yeah, not a
But
fan.
that one felt very predictable and cheesy.
I don't honestly, I couldn't tell you what happened in that book. I honestly couldn't tell you.
I can't either right now, but I just remember being like, ugh, like rolling my eyes.
Yeah, exactly how I felt in this book. Yeah, needless to say, I don't feel like I'm gonna have to jump on a Riley Sager book ever again, unless there's just like super crazy hype around one and I get FOMO, then I might.
I will say there's a lot of hype around Final Girls right now, which is one of his other books, newer-ish books.
Oh, I haven't even heard
Um,
of that one.
I've seen a couple people post about it, but yeah, I don't know. I definitely, if we're gonna start comparing, I think that I'd much rather read a Frida book than a Riley book.
Amen. Uh, I actually just well, hold on. Let me put a pin in that about Frida McFadden. Remind me to tell you after we get done talking about this book about the Frida book I
Okay,
just read.
okay.
I don't want to forget.
So at no point during this did you ever guess the murderer or one of the murderers?
I don't know. I think at one point I suspected everybody. You know what I mean? Like I think I
Mm-hmm.
suspected Seamus at one point. I think I suspected Judd Dodge. I don't think I ever suspected that they were all the FBI agent. Like he was pretty much like the
Mm-hmm.
main mastermind. I mean, technically he made Judd do his dirty work a little bit, but I don't think that I suspected that he was like the main killer here. However, that brings me to another point that I would like to touch on, that the fact that his dad was on the train that blew
Oh
up and
my
killed a bunch of
God.
people, and that's why he wanted revenge, and he was like, "I was the only one left in the FBI office that night, and he sent me here, and it's like basically
Hmm.
serendipity or whatever." He's like, "It's perfect time for me to exact my
Right,
revenge." And I'm like, that would never happen in real life. Like the odds of that
right.
happening are so low. And I was like, this is so far fetched.
Or the fact that Kenneth was on the train ride the entire
Oh
time,
my
just
gosh.
chilling with the conductor. Or I guess the
Oh my
conductor wasn't
gosh.
on there, but yeah, just chilling up there the whole time.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah,
Did
I
you
don't.
did did you think did you get the killer at all? Like did you suspect were any of your suspicions correct?
Well, my Seamus
That's true.
prediction obviously was to some extent.
Right.
Um, I did not think that he was going to do what he did.
Jump out the train.
Um, yeah, I did not think that he was going to do that.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I think shit like my Seamus idea was probably like the only one that was accurate.
Yeah.
Um, I obviously thought Reggie was a part of, the mob boss situation. Um, but as for everyone else, like I really didn't care. Like I guess that's another thing that I didn't enjoy about this book is like I did not care about any of these characters. Like
Yeah.
if all of them died at the end, I wouldn't have cared.
I wouldn't have shed a tear.
Yeah. The wildest thing that I think happened is that one of the women, oh gosh, what was their name? Um, it was
Sal?
like was it Sal? Or
Sally? There's another lady too. Oh,
I,
was it the German woman?
yeah, okay, yeah. So the craziest thing that I think happened was when we talk about how she is a German sympathizer for an entire chapter. And
Oh, yeah.
I was just cackling while I was reading that whole chapter. And
Well, she was basically like a Hitler sympathizer, honestly. And
yeah,
and that honestly was the most interesting. Actually, I think that was the most interesting chapter to me because I was like this is crazy. I wasn't expecting this. You know what I mean? And everything else was, I think, just so like I don't know how to describe it. I did find that chapter very interesting because it was like believable, but also still like took me by surprise.
yeah, because I think that what the way that Kenneth had gotten her in the first place was because somebody accused her of being a sympathizer and just watching Kenneth like convince her, and she does at the end of that chapter.
Oh,
She says she says Heil, and I was like, oh my God. I was like a little taken aback. I was like, there's no way I just read a book that said that.
I know, and then the fact that she, like I don't even know she said she didn't know Tommy was gonna be on the train that blew up because of her or, like
Mhm.
but I don't know if she knew I can't remember if she thought that a lot of people were gonna die, though. Like, I can't remember that part.
So, question. There
Answer.
are a couple different moments in the book where Anna thinks that she is seeing Tommy.
Oh, I thought it was
So
real.
I also was like, oh, Tommy's here. Like he didn't actually die. But
Well, because
obviously that
they said he didn't like, that she didn't have a body to bury, like, all that they found was,
right,
like, a tattered piece of his uniform, and I was like, "Oh,
right.
oh, he's alive, and he is here killing all these people." That's what I thought,
Yeah.
actually.
Yeah, I thought that too. And then we never like came back to it. Like there are just some random moments where Anna thinks she sees her brother and we never closed that wound. I don't know. It's like I think that he could have done a lot with that and it just was never there.
Honestly, that probably I would've liked that ending better.
I agree. Or if, instead of Kenneth walking out, it would have been Tommy.
Oh, that would've been good.
Hmm.
That would've been good. There's a lot of missed
Yeah.
opportunities here.
Yeah, seriously. Um, do you feel like Anna's act of revenge or her justice was justified?
I think it was justified if people wouldn't have died, of course, but that was not her intention.
Right.
I think that it was justified. I don't think that it was the healthy choice or the right choice, but do think that it was justified, especially because she didn't want anybody to die. She just basically wanted them to realize that their life was over on this train ride. um,
Right.
but I thought it was justified. It did drive me crazy whenever she was like saving these people's lives that were like almost dead. Like, for example, um, the colonel, was it the colonel that, like, was having a heart attack, the second heart attack, but, like, his first real heart attack, and she was,
Hmm.
like, dangling these, like, pills over him, like, to get him to admit that he felt bad for what he did, and he was, like, about to die,
Hmm.
and I was like, "Girl, just give him the dang pills, like, you're turning into a monster just like they are."
Yeah. I just think about how much of Anna's life that she spent wasted just, waiting for this train ride. It really is sad. Like, and I feel like partially that we could place some blame on her aunt for that,
Yeah, a lot
obviously.
of blame, probably.
And Seamus too, just her environment negatively feeding into her.
Oh, yeah, there was
Um,
no healing done at all, it was like a festering wound.
right. And if Dante thought that his dad did it, because there's a point where Dante's like, well, where do you think they got this evidence from? If Dante felt like this, do you not think that he could have come up to her sooner? Like,
I know, that was
she's
kinda
been
stupid.
essentially alone in this whole time. And, Dante is a man that she's built up as her enemy's son.
Yeah,
And I feel like Dante easily could have been like, hey, we're actually on the same team
yeah,
years ago.
right. I completely agree, and what did you think in the very end? I just remembered this part. In the very, very end, when the FBI agent was like, "Hey, come to my office and maybe we can find a job for you," like, in the field, what did you think about that ending?
Um, my unfiltered answer is that it's 1940 and there's no way they're going to give a female an FBI job.
Well, I was thinking I liked the ending. I thought it was cool that, like, it gave her purpose and, like, hope, and basically her, like, future wasn't this dark spiral of despair and grief, but
Right.
I immediately not on that exact same wavelength, but similarly was like, "Do you know how much training FBI agents have to go through?" And he's just gonna offer her a job on the whim.
Yeah, right. We're just gonna give it to you. You don't have to do
So it was far
anything.
like, come by an interview, you'll probably do great. But no, I do see what you're saying, and it was a little far-fetched.
And then I do appreciate actually the one of the biggest things I appreciate in this book is that they talk about money because I feel like sometimes books will just, the
Yeah,
characters just have this never-ending wallet. And she does mention like I
yeah,
just use my entire the rest of my dad's life insurance money on all of this. Like I'm broke when I leave here.
exactly. Once I get off this train, I have nothing.
Did you just hear that?
What was that? Was it the clicking?
No, I'm pretty sure Devin just made a really scary noise outside.
Stop! Stop! Why would you say
Oh
that?
my
Happy
god.
Halloween!
He's
I
spooky.
didn't. I didn't hear that at all. Why would you say that to me? That's so scary.
Oh god. Now I'm like freaking out because my headphones are like noise canceling, so I don't actually know if that was real or not.
Maybe it was
Anywho,
one of your dogs.
that is even more terrifying. I'm not, yeah. Hopefully it was Devin. There was a point that I wanted to make. Oh, Anna's mother. How tragic. Like, you just lost your father in a very horrendous event has
That
happened. You lost your brother, and then your mom does that?
I know, that's like sorry, I'm
Mm.
laughing at how you said I'm laughing at how you said horrendic.
I had to fix myself.
Yeah, no, that's like the epitome of selfishness, I feel like, to leave your daughter with no one. You know what I mean? Like, she lost her brother, she lost her dad, and now her mom's like, "All right, see ya. I'm gonna not be alive anymore." And I feel like that's just so selfish to leave your daughter with absolutely nobody besides her abusive aunt.
In front of her, too. Like, you took her for a
Oh my
picnic.
gosh, I forgot about that.
Yeah, you took her for a picnic and you go and say, I love you, and then drive off a cliff. Are you kidding me?
What did she say? She was like, "I love you. One day you'll forgive me, or one day you'll understand." What did she say? Didn't she say something like that? And then she was like,
Yeah,
all right off the cliff.
yeah, something very ominous. And I was like, there's no way this is where this is going. And then it
That
did.
was that was very unexpected. Yeah, I completely
Yeah,
forgot about that actually. That's horrifying. Yeah, that's
yeah, that came out of nowhere.
that alone would give you enough PTSD to last a lifetime.
Right. Poor Anna. Like, I
I
mean, it's a
seriously.
miracle she came out as good as she did, honestly.
That's true. Maybe I should have a little more grace for her.
Do we, obviously, we don't know, but if we could predict it, do we think that her and Dante ended up together?
No, I don't. I think there's too much bleh in their past. I think they're gonna be friends, but I don't think they're gonna be lovebirds. Do you think they're gonna end up together?
Probably not because not because of the history, honestly, but because of the like I didn't really feel a ton of yearning in their present day emotions.
Yeah.
Like you could feel that they had a history, but it didn't feel like it
It
was
wasn't
still
like, "I want you to"
ongoing.
yeah, it wasn't like, "I want to be with you so bad right now. Let's hold hands."
Right. Right. Like it wasn't a yearning passion. It was like a okay, I know we've been there, but
But see
I
ya.
just didn't yeah, I didn't feel like they had unfinished business. So,
I
no, I
agree.
don't think they ended up together.
Yeah. It probably for the best, honestly.
Yeah, maybe Anna and Reggie ended up together. Who knows?
I honestly wanted them to end up together.
I mean, honestly, Anna needs some therapy before
I
she can date anybody.
I think that she needs definitely some healing because there's a
Yeah.
lot of wounds.
Yeah, and I will be praying for anyone who ever wrongs her because
I
she
thought you
can
were
hold a
literally
grudge.
I thought you were literally about to say, "I'll be praying for her," and I was like, "Logan, she's not real."
I mean, I kind of did say that, but any person that she ever dates or anyone who ever wrongs her, like,
Oh my
please
gosh.
beware. She can hold a grudge of the century.
That is so true. Yeah. Yeah, she needs a little bit of time.
Yeah, so I mean, a 3.5 star and a 3 star is not awful, but I think that I was fairly disappointed in
I
it,
was
honestly.
too. It was a little hard for me to get through it, honestly. I was like, it was not an addictive read for me. Like, it kept me interested, but I was like, it wasn't where I was like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to pick this back up." You know what I mean?
Right. I feel like I kind of read it out of obligation.
Mhm.
Not only because, this was our pick of the month, but also because I just had to know how it was going to end,
Yeah, for
but
sure.
I didn't necessarily care how it ended. I just wanted to know.
That make yeah. No, no, no. I second that.
So, um, before we move on, are there any thoughts you want to add for the
No, no
book?
more. No, no more with a vengeance. Bye-bye for me, Riley Sager. It was nice
Okay.
knowing you. It was nice knowing
Okay.
you.
So I'll mention our next book because it's a hefty one.
Yeah, for
Um
November.
eh,
We'll probably shoot maybe for like maybe we'll shoot for like the end, like towards the endish of November, maybe mid-November. Some
yeah,
we'll fix. Well,
yeah.
yeah, somewhere in there.
Because this book is over 1,000 pages. Um and I was low key joking when I said, "Oh, Hannah, we should pick this book."
Can I tell them what it is?
Yeah, go for it.
It's the Webster's Dictionary.
Clearly, Logan needs it because I'm illiterate.
Okay, it is not the Webster's Dictionary, but it is similar in size. It is
Yeah.
Alchemy. It is Alchemized by SenLinYu.
So if I had to say, I think people that know my reading tastes are not surprised that I'm going to be reading this, but I'm very surprised that you are so willing to read this. I have to be honest.
It is all because of FOMO. It's all for FOMO. Like everybody's reading it. I listen to several like other book podcasts and like sometimes like YouTube people and
Uh-huh.
like literally everybody is reading Alchemized and I'm like, all right, I guess I have to read Alchemized.
Oh gosh. Well, I
Have you started it?
no, I just came in the mail today. Um So I was just
Ooh.
looking at like exactly how big it is. Like I looked through, I think there's exactly 1,700 pages. Or no, 1,007. Sorry.
Wait,
Is that right? No, it's
I was like, what?
1,024.
I
That is so
have
many
started.
pages.
I'm
Like
not gonna
what
say
the heck?
anything, but I am
What the
like,
heck?
I know
What page are you on?
I I have started and I'm like on page 140, give or take. So I'm still in the
Wow.
beginning, relatively speaking, but it's like it's starting to pick up and I'm like fiending to read it. Like it's starting to get really interesting.
Whoa.
But
So
I'm
I
not gonna say
did
anything.
before we agreed that this was going to be our next month's book. I started the audiobook for it
Oh wow.
and I got maybe 20 minutes in.
Oh, how many
And it
pages
was
is that?
so couldn't tell you. I'd have to do some investigating.
Oh, that's okay.
Um or I'll tell when we actually go in depth about it, then I'll tell you where I was.
Oh yeah, please do.
But it is where I stopped in the audiobook, it's a lot. Like,
It is a
normally
lot.
I can put an audiobook on and clean or drive or do anything like a multitask. And I found myself like having to pause it because I could not focus on what was going on because it was like a million and one different things.
I
So,
agree, and I'm just now getting to the point to where it's not quite so full of world building and, like, information building.
yeah,
So, I don't wanna give anything away, so I'm not gonna say anything, but it's just now getting
right,
to be more plot driven instead of, like, background info. So, I'm finally starting
right.
to, like, enjoy it, and I can, like, turn my brain off a little bit when I read it.
Yeah. Other than Alchemized, what are you reading right now? Or what have
Um,
you read recently?
yeah. So, after With a Vengeance, which was, like, 2 weeks ago, actually, I'm looking at my Goodreads right now, and I finished With a Vengeance, 8 days ago, so it was only a week ago for me. Um, but I read Bunny by Mona, I don't know how to say her last name, Awad. I read Bunny.
Did
Um,
you?
I did. Have you heard of it?
Yeah, did you like it?
Not really.
Okay, I didn't think you would.
It was I mean, I gave it 3 stars, so not awful. It kept me interested, but it was, like, kinda like a weird fever dream. Like, I wasn't a huge fan of it. Um, and then Frida McFadden, I just read her newest release, The Intruder, and it did not hit for me. 3 stars, but it did not hit for me at all.
That's you say that and then you're like 3 stars, but it didn't hit. Like the way that you rate books is so weird.
I know. And I think my problem is my 3 stars encompass so much. Like, they encompass good books that I would recommend, and then they encompass not great books, but they weren't awful. Does that make sense?
So is it like the worst Frida book you've ever read?
I honestly think it is the worst Frida book I've ever read. Before this, it would be The Boyfriend. I did not like that one very much, but just because of the main character. This one, and I wrote this in my review on Goodreads. It was very YA.
Uh,
It felt very YA, the way that it was written, and I was like, not I was not here for it. I was not a fan of it.
that sucks.
I
I
know. But
don't.
what about you? What else have you been reading?
So one of the biggest things that like has blown my mind and taking over my world as I know it, um, it's actually something that a genre that I do not ever lean towards.
Yeah.
Um, but a couple weeks ago, we were at one of Devon's students that he's in school with. They were doing a group project and they were kind enough to host us. Um, because had to interview his wife because she's a nurse.
Oh,
And
yeah.
so they're over there doing their interview, and I had nothing to do. My phone wasn't working. So I literally grabbed Project Hail Mary off of their bookshelf and I started reading it. And she told me I could take it and finish it. And oh my God,
Is that
I,
sci-fi?
yes,
Wow.
I sobbed and I fell in love with those characters. And there's actually a movie adaptation coming out in March of 2026, and I think it might break me to watch this, but I fell in love with that book like hard.
Is this your first sci-fi book?
Yeah. Um, I mean, like I've watched things that are sci-fi.
Right, right.
And it's by the same person that wrote The Martian, which also
Oh,
became a movie adaptation.
yeah.
And it's not like heavy sci-fi, um, but there are aliens and like
Ooh,
extraterrestrial things going on.
I love
Um,
aliens.
and it was just so, oh my God, it was just so good because the one of the main characters is not a person from Earth, and so they don't speak the same language and they're learning each other. And he goes, so he was trying to teach him how to fist bump, and he goes, fist my bump.
Oh,
So cute. Oh my God.
that is so cute. No, I've never read that book. I try not to look at your Goodreads, but I did see that you rated that one 5 stars.
I wouldn't change a single thing.
Wow, that's
Mm-mm.
crazy.
And it's a very interesting, like, I've never read a book like it, for one thing, because I've never read a sci-fi book before, but also because when I was reading it, the first couple chapters, like first maybe 100 or so pages, the main male character is waking up and has no idea what is going on.
Wow, that's a
He
long
doesn't
time.
know who he is. He doesn't know his name. There are IVs and tubes and all sorts of things like in his body, and he's like, "What is going on?" Um, and like while he's thinking to himself, like his own internal monologue, he says something like, um, "Gosh darn it!" And in his own mind, he's like, "Who says that?" And it was just it was just really good writing. Like I was so impressed with the book in its entirety.
Wow, I might okay, I'm gonna go add that to my want to read list right now because you've thoroughly convinced me to read this. Let me see, what's it called again? Project Hail Mary.
Yeah,
I
and it,
almost Oh, sorry, go
go
ahead.
ahead.
Oh, I almost bought the uh Spanish translation of this today, actually, at Barnes and Noble.
Of Project Hail Mary?
Yeah, I almost bought the Spanish translation because I went and bought a Spanish book there today. I
Uh-huh.
ended up I ended up buying lessons in chemistry in Spanish, so I bought
Did you?
yeah, I bought Lecciones de Química, but uh I saw this one there and it was like I can't remember the title. It's like Proyecto something, but I almost bought it. So that's pretty funny.
Um, I'm really excited to watch it when it becomes a movie too, because they've already released a really, really in-depth trailer actually. Um, but it's got the main character
Whoa,
is played by Ryan Gosling, and I think I love him as an actor.
I do too. I love Ryan Gosling. You can't go wrong with him.
Outside of Project Hail Mary, let's see. I read the second book in the Phantasma series, and it's kind of like a, I
Mhm.
don't want to say it's a
Is
dark
that YA?
romance. No. Um, but
Oh, so it's
it
not
is like
YA?
creepy. No, not at all. Very, very rated R. Um, but it's like magic and it follows a family of necromancers. I read the second book in the Phantasma. They call it something special like Wicked something. But I've been waiting to tell you this for so long because
Oh.
I would not recommend it. Like please don't read it. It's very much so rated R. Don't read it. Um but it follows a family of necromancers. And the first book was about one sister, the second book is about another sister. And the sister goes to like find her why, right? And she comes across this mansion, blah 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 blah. So she ends up in this house with I think there's seven siblings.
Okay.
A- And Hannah, I kid you not. I kid you not. All of their names were awful. Like I was sitting there and I was like, somebody's for sure about to say psych right now, right? Like,
Do you remember what they were? Could you tell me?
uh-huh, uh-huh. And you gotta hang in with me, okay?
Okay, I'm ready.
We have Barrington,
Oh.
Remington,
Oh my
Ellington,
gosh. Oh my
Sevington, Wellington, and Covington. No. I was reading this. I listened to it on audiobook actually, and I literally was like looking around like somebody's playing a sick joke on me.
That
It
is
was
amazing.
no, I was like, there's no way that somebody actually wrote these characters' names like this. Like,
That is
and
so
I'm
funny.
sure it had to do like with them being siblings or whatever. Like, the Kardashians all have their K's, but it was the cringiest thing I could imagine in a
Oh
book
my
ever.
oh my gosh, and Wellington, that's horrible. That's like beef Wellington.
Sevington,
Was he the 7th? Were they the youngest? Sevington?
I don't know. They were like two sets of twins. Um,
I would hope that he'd be the youngest or he would be the
I don't
youngest.
I don't know. It was awful. And his name was Rowington and we didn't even call him Rowington. We called him Rowan. It it was just awful.
That is hilarious. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That gave me some good ideas for my next child.
No. Aunt Lovey vetoes it. There's no way.
I'm leaning heavily towards Sevington,
Not beef Wellington.
not beef Wellington. I think that they'll get made fun of in school.
You could have a, what is it? Bracington for the third baby.
Oh my gosh. That is amazing. Oh, that's awful. Well,
No,
I also
seriously.
I also wanted to tell you I went to okay, so me and the kids went to Target and then Barnes and Noble today, and
Hmm.
I had to get some stuff because they're next to each other. And so I had to get some stuff at Target, and I was like, okay, when I go to Barnes and Noble, I'm not gonna buy a book unless it's in Spanish. I'm not gonna buy a book. And then we go to Target, and I got everything we needed at Target. And then I was like, oh, what's this that I see? A paperback version of God of the Woods? Okay. So I bought that. And then we went to Barnes and Noble, and then I bought Lessons of Chemistry in Spanish.
Hmm.
And then I bought JP for Halloween. I got him Where the Wild Things Are, but the Spanish version of that. So it's called Donde Viven los Monstruos, and it's so cute. He
Hmm.
literally wanted to read it. I think we read it 5 times tonight before bed. It
Oh.
was so cute. It was really cute. So I said I wasn't gonna buy anything, and then I bought 3 books, but it's okay because 2 of them were in Spanish, so it's like, educational somewhat.
So this isn't your first time reading a book in Spanish, is it?
No, I read Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone in Spanish last year, I think.
This sounds miserable.
Did I say Sorcerer's Stone? I don't I
Hmm.
don't think that's the title. I think it's I think it's the Philosopher's Oh my gosh, what is it? I gotta look it up now.
I think it is Sorcerer's Stone.
Is it? What am I thinking of with the philosopher? Oh, it's the Philosopher's Stone.
What?
Wow. It's Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone.
Are you serious?
I am.
This is some kind of Mandela effect. There's no way.
I think it is a Mandela effect because I really could have swore that it was Sorcerer's Stone, and I'm sure there's probably a million people out there that are like, "Idiot! It's Philosopher's Stone."
Hold on, let me Google this. Harry Potter and the
Look up the Sorcerer's
Sorcerer's
Stone.
Stone.
Oh, is that on there?
Yeah.
What's that one?
Based on the book Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone. So
Are
the
you kidding
book
me?
says philosopher, the movie says Sorcerer's Stone.
Now, why is that?
I don't know.
I never knew that. That's like a really good trivia question.
Yeah, so next time that we play trivia and the topic is Harry Potter, we'll know the answer.
Unless they don't ask that question, and then we won't know the answer.
We'll just start going around. Hey, I have a fun fact for you.
I bet you couldn't. Bet you didn't know this. That's actually very interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't either. That's kind of weird, but go JK.
Go, JK. With your bad self.
Well, I guess we will reconvene. Um, we'll reconvene a couple more times before we talk about Alchemize because, like we said, it is a humongous book and it has a lot of content. And from what I understand, a lot of heavy content. So please do not read this book if you feel like it is going to trigger you in some way, shape, or form. But Hannah and I have decided to sign ourselves up for it. So we will see you guys before we talk about Alchemize. But
Yeah, we'll do something
um,
fun. We'll do something fun for our next episode or two, and then bring alchemized right at you, baby.
yeah, so we hope you guys enjoyed reading with a vengeance with us, and we will catch you guys next week.
Sounds great. I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Hannah. Love you.